Today we're going to be replacing old rotten floor joists in this property, which is about 100 years old. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be stripping back some of the floorboards, finding where the floor joist isn't rotting, which feels about here. Remove all the old ones, replace them with brand new ones. Wrap everything in DPC so it doesn't get wet again, and then put down the brand new flooring. So we'll take you through that process today. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully it shouldn't be too chaotic. A couple tools you might actually need for today, or this is what I'm using. A big crowbar, which is actually designed to take up these old floorboards. It's only about 25 quid. It's not too much, and it's really worth it. Wow. Oh wow. That is. Jack, come have a look at this. That's well funny. Look at this.
Oh my god.
That is crazy.
Oh wow. That's really bad.
How long, Jan?
So, I'm going to go do some shopping at Aldi.
Nice!
Bacon, sausage, big cobs. Cheesy cobs? No.
Oh, no cheesy cob for him, he's lactose intolerant, isn't he? I will have a cheesy cob.
Cheesy cob. Anything else? It's all got the air fryer, do it?
Mate, that's fine. The air fry master.
That's all I've
the
got.
man who's lived without a kitchen for 6 months.
That's it.
Oh. But,
Oh, so should it not look like that? Oh, because it's all...
no, it shouldn't look like
down.
that.
Go with it. Oh, keep your eyes on the road. Let it go and just roll with it. Just roll with it. I may be caught up in this traffic, but it won't stop my flow. 'Cause I still got my music snapping. Let's get this road on the show. Go on ahead and rain on my parade. I'll jump in those piles every single day. Try to steal my joy, I'll just give it away. Well, that's okay, I got plenty more to say. Oh, you gotta roll with it, just roll with it. Just gotta go with it, just go with it. Whole life is gonna spin out of control. Just go with it,
Just gone to Hughes Gray over in Nottingham to grab a load of materials, twist nails, joist hangers, loads of big bolts to bolt a wall plate to the wall or a sole plate, and then I'm just strapping up all of our 150mm floor joists. Hopefully these don't fly off on the drive back, so we'll be back there pretty shortly, have a bit of food and then get this wrapped up, because no one wants to be working on a Saturday, do they? I know I don't. Say,
Just the one cob.
yes, please. Thank you, John. These are knackered.
Sauces there, mate.
Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, no wonder it's floating.
It gets a little bit damp down there anyway, but it just wasn't breathing for years.
Yeah, I get that. Well, that's one of the reasons it is like it is. Obviously, all your air vents were blocked, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, so where they slapped up to.
Yeah, they just covered all your air vents. So you imagine all this grand's just been sweating away,
Yeah.
and like it's already really damp down here anyway. But obviously we've put loads of air vents in from the underside. Yeah. So when there they are.
Yeah.
Wow, you can even feel the air coming actually through.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah. So that will help circulate it as we go anyway. We've finished stripping out all the floor joists, all the floorboards. We are now going to start installing our new floor joists. Now the timber we're using is 150mm or 6 inches C24 treated timber, so this is rated to go under your floorboards, so that's totally fine. We need to install a sole plate. All a sole plate is a timber bolted to some brickwork, and then from that we're going to put these joist hangers, and then that is what these floor joists are actually going to sit into. So, fold plate is going to be proper.
Good job.
Lovely. You got the hammer, good sir. Thank you. This is a sole plate. We've just prepped, cut it down to length, wrapped a little bit of DPM around it, or DPC. Now the DPC is to stop any moisture from the external brickwork of the house coming in and hitting this. Same goes for on the top and the sides. So it's all going to be wrapped. All we're doing is we're fitting this snug up against, I'll have to trim a little bit off because I've obviously cut it way too long. There we go. So that's going to fit snug up against the brickwork, and then we're going to bolt this to the existing brickwork and make sure it's level with this joist we have here, so that when we put our 22mm floorboard on, it's all going to run through flush with the existing floor. Nice. Nice. All there. Check it once more. Go in this one. Hang on. Oh. These are the bolts we're using. So these are 8mm lag bolts to go into masonry. You don't need any raw plugs for them. So I've drilled a 7mm hole. So we've got this one bolted to the wall. It's absolutely solid, so that's fantastic. We just need to replicate that over on this side, which we're going to do right now, and then we'll start hanging all the joist hangers. All of our joist hangers in. Jack's doing a marvellous job of tacking all the twist nails in. Twist nails, these are what we use to put joist hangers on rather than screws. Not sure why, but it's always been done, so that's what we're doing. Spacings 400mm apart, exactly the same as what the original floor was. That's pretty standard anyway. Going to start cutting all of the length of floor joist now, so we've got 4 over here to put in. Run that all the way across. Hopefully then we can start boarding up and thinking about tooling up and going home. Love taps. Oh yeah, there she goes. Are you in?
Yes.
Lovely. First joist in. Nice and snug.
What you want?
That's badass. Not going anywhere then. All of the floor joist on, and we're just nailing the joist to the hangers. You can see how they line through really nicely with the original floor. And what we've done, we've used our nice big 6 foot level from the existing floor here, making sure that we have 22mm there, all the way through to our brand new concrete floor over there, making sure that we have 22mm all the way. That's even solider. Absolutely solid. Right, we have done all of our noggins. 1, 2, 3 runs of noggins. What this does is just binds the entire floor and all the floor joists together, so they're one solid unit now, so everything's connected. We rolled out some DPM, so the same stuff we used on the sole plates on this middle wall, and we've packed up everything just with treated timber. So that is absolutely fantastic. We've done the same for these little noggins here. Again, they're connecting the floating floor to the concrete floor. So everything is now strong, secured. So now all of the structure or the skeleton of this floor is complete. We now are going to start getting on the 22mm chipboard floor, which is just behind us. Glue all that down, screw it down, and then that should be a good job. So let's get on with that. Already put the first one on. Come in close, come in close. Pretty seamless, not too bad. I bought the glue to glue everything down, but once you put this down, you will not be able to get under these floorboards again without destroying the entire thing. So I'm going to leave this one for now. Doesn't make any odds. We're just going to screw everything down. So not long left. Get everything screwed, and then they'll have a brilliant solid roof. plasterboard. Man, plasterers.
Wood on the floorboards and everything.
Stand in the corner and jump up and down. That was the suspect area. Oh, fantastic. No movement.
That's a lot of weight going down.
It is a lot of weight. Yeah. Right, that is where we are leaving this one for today. All the floorboards have been fully reinstated. All the floor joists have been treated, wrapped in DPM, loads of noggins, made sure that we've got loads of airflow underneath, and the suspect area that was totally rotten is all good now, so really nice. There's two big reasons why floor joists on older houses like that end up rotting. First one being rising damp, so damp from the earth coming up, sapping up into the brickwork and then hitting the underside of the joist and then slowly rotting around. Secondly is lack of ventilation. When you have an old house like that, new houses, and there's a void between the underside of your flooring and the ground level or the subfloor, there needs to be air circulation, and we provide that air circulation with air vents. However, in this case, all the air vents had been totally blocked off. The outside ground was much higher than the air vents, so they were buried, water was trickling in through them, and that air under all the floor joists was just really warm, damp and humid, so that caused everything to deteriorate a lot quicker. So yeah, they're the two main culprits causing floor joists to rot in older properties or even newer properties. As long as you have good ventilation under your floor joists, you can always install air vents if you are concerned. You shouldn't be facing these problems. Anyway, that is where we're leaving it for today. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. And I'll catch you next time.